Hey, I'm Capri Banks. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to Let's Talk Tummy. This is a channel all about IBS and my journey with IBS. On this video, we're actually going to be cooking a lot of you have been asking me to record cook videos step by step instead of the little fast short clips that you see on like TikTok and Instagram Reels. We are going to be making a side dish. We are going to make some buttered brown sugar, parsnips, and carrots. We're going to make them a lot sweet and a little savory. We are going to be using root vegetables. It's IBS friendly. We're going to use IBS friendly ingredients. It's good for your stomach. Great recipe for the fall. I can't wait till I make it later in the year around Thanksgiving. It just gave me that soulful feel, you know? Let's get to it. As you can see, we have some parsnips and some carrots that I've already peeled. So now we're just gonna cut the parsnips and we're gonna cut the carrots. Before you do this, of course, you wanna rinse off your vegetables really well. And then you wanna peel them, and then after you've done that, you wanna get into the cutting. You wanna cut them about 1/2 inch thick. I should have used a different knife. As you can see, it gets a little difficult to cut as you get to the thicker part of the parsnip. Just make sure you're very careful, and now I know for next time. As you get to the thicker part of the parsnip, it is okay if you end up cutting it about 1 inch thick instead of the 1/2 inch that we started with. It'll still cook through evenly. Just remember to be very careful. It gets tough here, so be very careful. You don't want to cut yourself. The end of the parsnips, we're just going to place on the plate that has the peelings. I'm going to slide those parsnips over. So now we're going to begin cutting the carrots. I don't have a special technique for cutting the carrots, starting at the bottom, starting at the top, whichever you prefer. But we do want to cut them about 1 inch thick. And I just stepped away for a second to rinse off the one that hit the counter. After cutting this carrot, I'm actually going to dump the sliced pieces on this plate into the Instapot, where we will be pressure cooking them. So I just needed some space so that I could cut these last 3 carrots up. And so now I'm just going to rush through and kind of cut these carrots up so that I can get them in the pressure cooker Instapot along with the other parsnips and carrot. This recipe can be done on the stove, but I did it in my Instapot to just save some time because I'm also making some drumsticks later. Not in the same video, but that was the protein that went with this side for the night. So we are finally getting to the end here. And now that this is all sliced up, this can go into the Instapot along with the other carrot and the parsnips that we sliced. So I took the Instapot out so you can get a better view of what's going on inside. I just poured some water, a little less than 1/2 cup. I'm going to use a little bit of garlic oil. You know how I feel about the garlic oil. Add a little bit of garlic flavoring without the actual garlic. Add a dash of salt and then 1/2 stick of butter we're going to toss in. Now in go the carrots. Shake it up. Give it a good mix with a spatula or whatever you choose to mix it with. I didn't bring this seasoning to the screen, but this is turmeric. Turmeric is great for IBS. And I also wanted to add the turmeric because it'll give the parsnips a little bit of color. We're gonna mix that around, give it a good mix. And we can go ahead and place that inside of the Instapot. We're gonna place the lid on top, seal it. And this one has 11 different functions. So we are going to press on pressure cook, press start, and put it on for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, you want to let it naturally vent for 2 minutes, and then you want to press the vent button and let the rest of the air come out of the pressure cooker. So we are going to take the lid off and we are going to season these. You can kind of see the drumsticks I was talking about in the background. But we're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. We're going to add some ground nutmeg. And we're going to add some cinnamon. We want to add a nice amount of cinnamon. We're going to add 2 dashes of vanilla flavoring. And we're going to just stir that up. Mix it up. Continue to mix. Now we have some tapioca flour. So I had about half a tablespoon of tapioca flour and half a tablespoon of water. And I poured half of that mixture in there to thicken this up some. Make it nice and creamy. I'm going to pour a little bit more in there. And it's your choice on how much of the tapioca and flour mixture you want to add. The more you add, the thicker the sauce will be. And it's time for the final ingredient, which is really just a garnish. We're going to add some parsley. I poured it into a serving bowl, and here we have buttered brown sugar, parsnips, and carrots. I can't wait to make this for Thanksgiving. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is my first time trying parsnips. I do eat carrots often, but this is the first time I've had parsnips. Just remember, it always comes to the portion size. So some foods you can eat freely as much as you want, but you don't want to eat more than a portion size, because while the food may not be upsetting your stomach, how fast you ate it or how much of it you consumed may be the issue. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. We have many more coming. This is the first one, so stay tuned on Let's Talk Tummy.